This comparative study will be focusing on the topic of alien invasions and how and why aliens are considered as others in alien invasion films. The films that I will be comparing are Arrival, the 2016 American science fiction film directed by Denis Villeneuve, and District 9, the 2009 South African science fiction action film directed by Neil Blomkamp. I will be analyzing how both films show the interaction between humans and aliens, highlighting how the aliens are treated as immigrants on planet Earth. The comparative study will also be demonstrating how these science fiction films used camera angles and mise-en-scène to increase the value of the character development. The film Arrival is based on the 1998 short story Story of Your Life by Ted Chiang. The context of this movie is about aliens arriving on Earth and humanity working together to avoid utter destruction. The film follows a linguist enlisted by the United States Army to discover how to communicate with aliens who arrived on Earth before tensions lead to war. Arrival tells the story of two scientists attempting to communicate with alien beings who arrive in massive stone spaceships at various locations around the globe. This is just a short introduction for the plot of the story. In this movie, the aliens are called heptapods because of their 7 limbs. Heptapods are a wide spacefaring extraterrestrial species with a large upper body. In the beginning, people think that they should fear the aliens because of their obscurity, but they are peaceful and want to help humanity, because their own non-linear perception of time tells them they'll need our help thousands of years from now. The mystery of heptapods' real appearance, their way to communicate with humans, and the human's response to first-time experience is highlighted by the camera angles and mise-en-scene. On District 9, an alien ship has placed itself over Johannesburg, South Africa in the early 1980s. The humans go up to the ship to find an alien race that is scared and malnourished. The story, which explores themes of humanity, xenophobia, and social segregation, talks about how people consider the aliens as others and think that they should not deserve human rights. They see these aliens as uncivilized and as a nuisance to their planet. In this movie, the idea of alien invasion is very different. Instead of aliens taking over Earth, humans have taken all the aliens prisoners and segregated them in this place called District 9, which is a deteriorated refugee camp. In this movie, aliens are called prawns due to their physical resemblance to giant two-legged shrimp. Even though these aliens benefit the government because of their weapons, the locals don't want them, the government doesn't know how to handle them, it's a full-on humanitarian crisis. This explains that even though there are some benefits, there are also some disadvantages for the population and the space that is occupied by the aliens. Both movies are related to alien invasions and highlight the intention of human and aliens to communicate. Aliens from the film Arrival use unrecognizable noisy sounds and a substance from their hands as an ink to create circle shapes as a written expression. In District 9, alien language is spoken through verbal clicks, but the communication effort keeps main characters in both movies getting direct involvement with the aliens to the point of receiving alien powers with different purposes in each film, and their experiences affected them throughout their life. The camera angle on some scenes from Arrival may provoke intimidation to the audience. In this scene, the extreme long shot highlights the height difference between the alien and the human, making the alien look stronger and powerful. Also, it lets the audience know about the appearance of the alien's environment. District 9 was filmed as a documentary in which the audience perceived people's feelings towards the aliens invading their space. Although District 9 gives more information on how the population feels about the aliens, both films convey that the population does not want to do anything with the aliens. Even though the aliens want to go home, humans treat their arrival as an invasion. Since the population shown in District 9 see the aliens as uncivilized, they do not think of how human the aliens are. The aliens are shown to be like us. They have kinship systems, they are supremely intelligent, they are parents and love their children. They want to belong and return to their home. The camera angle of some scenes from District 9 seems shaky due to a handheld camera. This in the eye level shot helps the audience to focus on Wickes' feelings towards his mutation situation. One of the reasons that both films are different is because of their social cultural issues. District 9 presents aliens as inferior to humans. Aliens have been living on Earth for 20 years. The guarded area where they are segregated is a trash deposit area, and it is shared with the Nigerians. The Nigerians have control over their weapons and manipulate aliens with cat food. Aliens also wear used human clothes from the trash, and this is how the aliens were treated by humans. Arrival introduces aliens very differently from District 9 through their appearance. The big eyes, outreaching and slithering tentacles, and boneless body of the cephalopod make for good horror, says Ellie Bullard, a historian specializing in UFOs and aliens. They do indeed seem alien in the sense of very much like us, utterly different and without any empathy or common ground. Arrival also treats aliens differently from District 9. Even though Arrival kept the theme of otherness like District 9, it presented another way to view aliens instead of humans having the upper hand. The aliens are the ones in control. The only thing they seek is for the humans to help them in 3,000 years, but because humans are so scared of what they can do to them, anytime the aliens try to explain their situation, the humans think that it's their way of saying that they will attack. The lack of communication made it harder for humans to understand the needs of the aliens. Because of this, the aliens were treated as threats to humanity that needed to be eliminated. Aliens from Arrival never left their vessel, and only some army members saw them. On the other hand, in District 9, the aliens are roaming around human areas until they are contained. The alien language on this film was understandable to the humans, and they had an Q&A type of conversation, but we can see the struggle of communication and even misunderstanding on the film Arrival. Even though these films are science fiction, the cinematic language on both films has similarities and differences. For example, District 9 has so many scenes with handheld camera angles that creates a shaky movement and changes from a shot to another without a clean cut. The use of the security camera from a high level angle provides specific information from the selected frame, and sometimes the audience needs to infer what is happening beyond what the camera captures. On the other hand, Arrival has camera angles that create complex effects and maximize the mystery of the unknown. On this scene, the extreme long shot is used to emphasize the distance of the ground compared with Ian's body position and the tunnel entrance of the spaceship. On this scene from District 9, the camera is tilting down, highlighting how a piece from the spaceship is falling down. The same camera movement is used on Arrival when the scene shows how the aliens descended a capsule from the spaceship with the only purpose to bring Louise back to the spaceship to talk to her. The high-level camera angle used when Louise is inside the capsule shows the depth and the height of the capsule. The tilting camera movement shows the capsule ascending to the spaceship. The dim light used on this scene highlights the narrow space inside the capsule. The smoke coming from the bottom makes her feel short of breath since it contains the alien atmosphere and it is captured by the tilting camera movement. Contrary to Arrival, District 9 shows Wickes inside the alien spaceship without experiencing any effect of the atmosphere. The high-level camera angle and the dim light focuses on the damage of the spaceship. District 9's main character easily interacts with the aliens and he is able to inspect their living space as requested by the MNU. During this documentary shot, the use of the eye-level camera angle shows Wickes with minimal fear or respect for the aliens' living space. The same eye-level camera angle shows Louise, but in this scene the audience can notice her fear and uneasy feeling that she has during her first reaction when seeing the aliens. The smoke and the blurry light coming from the alien side of the room makes them look very scary and menacing, like something from a nightmare. Finally, District 9 shows a scene where it comes down to a tense battle between the government and the aliens. This scene presents a camera angle which shows three different actions at the same time, increasing the audience view on the foreground, middle ground, and background action. At this point, Wickes keeps helping the aliens and his friends to get home. His life has changed forever, and so has his perspective on these aliens. The mise-en-scène on Arrival is very interesting, and that makes it very unique in a way that it can even make the viewer's eye uncomfortable. Arrival plays a lot with its point of focus. This scene shows different actions at the foreground with Louise, mid-ground with the army members walking, and the background looks blurry and shows other army members. The alien invasion in both films ended with the intention of a peaceful interaction between aliens and main characters. The government kept looking at them as others, but the ones that interacted with them learned the value of their contribution. At the end of both films, we can notice that the character development has changed throughout the movie. Aliens are still considered as others, but not as dangerous as the first impression was.